I want to make these shop mechanics or dealerships or used car sales lots or auto repair shops accountable for what they do, what they say they're going to do. And three of the most irritating things to a person are pain, change, and accountability. And so maybe we'll see all three. And I will show the follow-up of this service after it's done. And that way that'll make this video as complete as possible. It's a HMAR Mobile Tech. And in this video, I'm going to show a couple of quick things that you can do to ensure that the work that you go to a dealership to get done, or a shop that you're going to, as far as like getting an oil change or tire rotation, to make sure that they've actually done it. Me personally, working for the general public, I work for a lot of different kinds of people, and I've heard a lot of different stories, and I learn a lot from my customers. And one thing I've learned is that a lot of times you'll take your vehicle to a shop and they'll lie to you about services that they said that they did, or they didn't do a very good job, or maybe incomplete. And so this is just one way that you can, as a DIY person or somebody like myself, I don't like other people working on my own vehicles just because of the experiences that I've gotten from the different customers that I've had in the past. And the horror stories are terrible. The list just goes on. You get on YouTube and you can watch hundreds of them all day long if you wanted to. Story after story after story. So my wife bought this car about a year ago, and it came with a few complimentary services, and she'd like to go ahead and get the rest of those done. After that, I'll be doing all the maintenance on this vehicle. It's a 2019 Toyota RAV4, and the services that she has that are coming up tomorrow are an oil change, oil and oil filter change, and a tire rotation. So what I wanted to just show you real quick are just a few things that I think would help anyone who is leery about going to shops or dealers, to kind of help you out and put your mind at ease. So what we can start with first is I've gone ahead and numbered all the wheels. So as you can see here, I've got one numbered there, and this is the driver's side, front, and then here's the driver's side rear is 2. And then passenger side rear is 3, and passenger side front is 4. Then coming up to the underneath of the vehicle, what I've done here is I've used some kind of just a makeshift kind of a torque seal, which is silicone gasket maker, and then I use a paint pen to mark the oil drain plug. So if it's been disturbed or it's been changed or something like that, I'm going to know right away. Then you come over to the oil filter, and this one is really easy. Not every car is going to be like this. The oil filter might be up on the top side, but you get the idea. So what I did here is I marked an X, and I scratched it in real gently with a screwdriver, and just try not to puncture the filter or anything like that. You're just trying to make a mark of like a tamper seal, or just some kind of a mark that'll let you know that when you go back and inspect after the work was said to be done, and you can go and see that it, you'll have your evidence that it was done. I just got out of Toyota here in Sacramento, and from getting the oil change done and the tire rotation, and I just wanted to show here the invoice. So you can see today's date on here, March 22nd, 2021. And the vehicle information here is the 2019 Toyota RAV4. And so what I'm going to do here is I brought a torque wrench with me just so I can go ahead and make sure that the lug nuts are good. So I wanted to leave the Toyota parking lot, so I just came over here to a liquor store to go ahead and check the engine oil level, and I'm going to check the lug nuts on all four wheels. I'm home now from the Toyota dealer, and I want to share my findings with you. One thing I noticed is in the first clip I showed you before I showed you that I marked tire number 1 up in the front driver's side, and it's number 2, and then I'll go back here and I'll see this one's number 1. So one thing I find already is that they just did a standard tire rotation. They didn't do it like you should rotate in an X pattern for an all-wheel drive. This is an all-wheel drive. So I'll take you underneath the car and I'll show you what I found. I took the cover off here, and first thing I noticed was the oil filter was changed. My mark that I made on here is not here, so they did change the oil filter. And the oil drain plug, if you'll remember in the before, I marked my paint marks, they were all lined up, and then I put my tamper seal silicone there, so all that's kind of been disturbed, and you can tell that they tightened it. I just wanted to get the info out and just kind of teach anyone who's wanting to know this. Maybe they never thought of this before. I just don't trust other people with my vehicles, and because I've worked for the general public for so long, I've seen so many mishaps, and I've seen so many shops lie and mechanics say they did services but they actually didn't. And there is a history of these things on YouTube. You could go back for as long as YouTube has been out there. There's been videos made of people shops trying to scam customers. So I hope you like this video. I appreciate you watching it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, rewatch. See you guys on the next video.